Good evening, and we are live from the E-Rena located on the campus of East Los Angeles College. I'm Albert Robles, bringing you another edition of Husky basketball tonight. Your East Los Angeles College Huskies take on the visiting Roadrunners of Rio Hondo College in a Northern Division South Coast Conference matchup. East LA comes into tonight's matchup with an overall record of 16-2, winning 14 straight of their last games, while the Roadrunners come in with a record of 1-18, losing their last 7. So not exactly the best of seasons from Rio Hondo. They have had better years, and this year isn't looking to be one of them so far. East LA has already won their first conference matchup in the Northern Division this season. They accomplished that feat this past Wednesday when they won their first 14th straight consecutive game, and are looking to make it 15 straight against this lowly opponent in Rio Hondo. Cameron Williams finds Lattimore, and a foul. It's going to be the offensive foul charged to Denton Lattimore. It's his first personal foul, first team foul for East LA. On the floor for East LA are Daniel Michelini Jackson, Denton Lattimore, Terrence Hampton, Cameron Williams, and getting one of his first starts of the season is number 25, Mustafa Salek. Far side corner, three-point shot from Rio Hondo goes wide. It's Salek with the rebound, quickly gets it over to Cameron Williams. Lattimore on the near side corner, nice feed to Hampton, who just goes in and out of his hands and into the hands of Kenny Hunt. Hunt finds Viramontes, working the outside, trying to get past Hampton. Working the baseline, floats one up, no good. Rebound made by Cameron Williams. Williams to Jackson, wide open, 3 points, good. Nice smooth shot from Daniel Michelini Jackson to kick off the scoring here tonight. And that's a three-point shot response by Jordan Pearson for the Roadrunner 3. Williams to Lattimore, finds Hampton in the paint. Goes a bit off balance, back out to Williams. East LA moving the ball along the perimeter. Williams making a move on the inside, floats one up. That's good for 2.
Cameron Williams with 2 for the Huskies.
And a big block. And a foul. It's going to stay with East LA. Correction was turned over to Rio Hondo. So East LA going right to left. Rio Hondo going left to right. Rio Hondo wearing the all-black uniform with the white trim. Huskies in their home white uniforms with the green trim. Jordan Peterson draw the foul. He'll go to the line. He'll shoot 2. Misses the first as we get a substitution here into the game. Number 5, Donjay Lindsay, in for Denton Lattimore. Just getting started here in the first half. About 2.5 minutes into this first. Scoring has been a little slow to begin, as Peterson hits the second of 2 free throw attempts. So Rio Hondo within 1. 5-4 our score. Jackson trying to find an open man. He gets it to Williams, out to Lindsay and back. Williams trying to reset. He finds Daniel Michelini Jackson into Hampton on the inside. Almost poked away. Quick dribble to get things reset. And Hampton with the quick 2-point shot from short range. Kenny Hunt floats one up, goes a bit long, couldn't connect it. Hampton with the rebound. Williams on the far side corner. Here's Donjay Lindsay, quick to move around. Little spin move. Layup a bit long. Select quickly tries to get the ball back. No second chance points. Jackson comes up with the steal. Hampton to Select. That one's good. And a timeout called by head coach Steve Johnson in his 8th year for the Roadrunners. We'll step away for just a moment. You're watching Husky basketball right here on SportsNetUSA.net. So we're back from the Rio Hondo timeout. Huskies lead Roadrunners 9-4. Pretty early going here in the first half. Isaiah Rouse trying to find an opening. Gets it to Viramontes, trying to work the baseline, getting past Hampton. Spin move and is blocked by Terrence Hampton into the hands of Williams. Makes the extra pass out to Williams again. Hampton coming in big. Lays that one in, can't go, but gets the second chance attempt. Three-point shot is good. Jordan Peterson connects. Donjay Lindsay. Can't quite get the pass correct. Goes right past Terrence Hampton, who's trying to keep away the defender, but was a little bit caught off balance. So East LA turns it over. Here's Rouse, gets past Donjay Lindsay, out to Jordan Peterson. He's hit 2 3-point shots already. Goes for a third, just a little short offline. Selak with the rebound, finds Lindsay. It's going to be a blocking foul against the Roadrunner, so Lindsay will go to the line. He'll shoot 2.
Roadrunner foul, charge number 14, Christian Viramontes. His first personal.
Fouls charged to number 14, Christian Viramontes. That's his first personal foul, first team foul. As we get a pair of substitutions for East LA, in on the floor, number 1, Jaden Barnes, and number 22, Landon Winston. Barnes to Daniel Michelini Jackson. Count it for 3. Rouse guarded by Lindsay. Just barely gets past half court. 20 left on the clock. They find Peterson on the near side wing, guarded by Jackson. They find number 10, Nate Carter. Carter to Rouse. He lets it fly. Just a bit offside. Lansing goes for the rebound, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Rio Hondo.
14.
Hunt will inbound. Quickly bounces it over to Viramontes. Lets that one fly for a short 2. Hampton with the rebound. Hands it off to Jaden Barnes. Barnes to a wide open Winston. Easy bucket.
Landon Winston for 2.
Great sequence there played by East LA. Would like to see more of that as the game continues. 16-7 our score as Winston strips that one away from Carter. Lindsay finds an opening, ball stripped away by Rouse, out of bounds. It'll stay with East LA. So Jackson will inbound the ball. Quickly finds Jaden Barnes on the near side. Back over to Jackson for three. A little bit long. Rebound made by Jordan Peterson. Quickly hands it off to Kenny Hunt. Viramontes guarded by Hampton. To Peterson. Quickly flies on the trigger for three.
Jordan Peterson for Roadrunner 3.
Lindsay working the paint. And a travel, so a turnover for East LA. So one too many steps for Donjay Lindsay. Peterson inbounds to Kenny Hunt. One thing that is of note is that there is an absentee player here tonight for East LA, and that would be the likes of number 20, Esteban Mann, as Jaden Barnes floats that one in for a Husky 2, 8-point lead. See if I can get more information from Coach Mosley as the game continues. Or maybe Serwin could provide me an update as the game goes on. But I'm pretty sure Esteban is probably a healthy scratch for tonight's game. I do recall from the last game against LA City, he was doing some pregame warm-ups with head coach Elliot Walker of the volleyball team, kind of going through some little drills. So he might be dealing with a little bit of an injury. It was Jaden Barnes for a Husky 3, and that's going to force a Roadrunner timeout. We'll step away for just a moment with more action. You're watching Husky basketball right here on SportsNetUSA.net. So back from the Rio Hondo timeout, our score 21-10 in favor of East LA. So solid 11-point lead early going here in the first half. Hunt out to Carter, tries to drive one in through the lane, no good. Hampton with the rebound, quickly hands it off to Jaden Barnes. He just hit a three-point shot himself. Landon Winston draws a foul. Foul charge to number 1, Kenny Hunt. Second team foul for Rio Hondo. Hampton, he'll get subbed out. He'll go to the bench for a bit of a breather. Mustafa Select now into the game as Winston draws the foul on the inbounded pass from Jaden Barnes. So he'll go to the line, shoot two. Foul charge to number 30, Jordan Peterson. Winston's first attempt. a little off. But connects with the second attempt. 12-point lead for East LA. Viramontes working the body against Winston. Loses possession, kicks it out to Peterson. Looks like he just stepped out of bounds, so that'll be a turnover for Rio Hondo. Select will inbound. Here's Barnes to Winston. Sorry, Lindsay. There's Winston. Knocked away by Kenny Hunt. Select able to pick it up. Second chance, no good. That's Fidel Cabrera with the takeaway. Poked away by Seti Thiambane. He made contact with his hand, says Thiambane's face, but the refs missed that call. Thiambane shaking it off, though. Hunt puts one up, no good, and a foul.
Foul charge to the Huskies, number 2, Cameron Williams. His first personal.
Foul charge to number 2, Cameron Williams. That's his first personal foul, third team foul.
Correction, foul charge to number 5, Donye Lindsay.
You do get a correction here. It's actually charged to Donje Lindsay, since Williams is actually not on the floor right now. Good correction there by the referee. And, of course, PA announcer Ryan Pond. Here's Barnes. To Thiambane. Good ball movement there from Select to Landon Winston for the Husky 2. 14-point lead. And it's only growing for East LA. 3-point shot from Nate Carter, a bit short. Rebound into the hands of Jordan Peterson. They prevent the backcourt violation. Now they'll turn it over from the pass, sailing out of bounds. Looking for a wide open Fidel Cabrera, but unable to hit their man. Isaiah Rouse will substitute in. He'll take over for Kenny Hunt. Barnes knocked away. Gets it back to Select. Works the paint. Over and around for 2. Rouse to Viramontes, guarded by Winston. Viramontes trying to work the opening. Loses possession on the perimeter, but able to recover is Cabrera. And Cabrera loses possession, knocked away and stripped by Winston. Makes the extra pass to Select, and what a thing of beauty that was. Winston knew he had the wide open Mustafa Select, and he just completes the nice little alley-oop pass. Rouse trying to find an opening, poked away by Donje Lindsay. It'll stay with Rio Hondo. .28-12 our score in favor of East LA. Viramontes out to Nate Carter. Thought about shooting a 3, but drives it in, connects for 2. Barnes resetting the offense. Finds Donje Lindsay wide open. Landon Winston on the inside. Pass to Select. Goes rogue into the hands of Viramontes. Peterson to Cabrera. Drives it in. Can't connect for 2. Select with the rebound. Barnes driving forward. Almost poked away by Cabrera. Select able to get his hands on it. He's got a wonderful wingspan, so he can definitely outreach any of the opponents on the field so far. And he puts the Huskies up by 16. Near side three-point shot by Cabrera connects.
Fidel Cabrera with 3 for the Roadrunners.
Here's Thalmien. Poked away by Cabrera. Barnes able to get his hands back on it. Quickly feeds it to Donjay Lindsay. Three-point shot a bit offline. Cabrera to Peterson. And a big block by Donjay Lindsay on the other end to prevent the dunk by Jordan Peterson. Landon Winston will shoot for 3. That's a bit offline. Thalmien with the rebound. Stolen away by the Roadrunners. And Peterson learns his lesson this time. Makes the extra pass to Cabrera. And Roadrunners will try to reset their offense here. Here's Isaiah Rouse to Viramontes. Finds Peterson on in the inside. That's good for 2. 7:38 remaining here in this first half. 11-point lead for East LA. Donjay Lindsay with the ball, working the outside, gets it to Barnes. Lindsay, inside pass to Select, makes the extra dribble. Can't connect with the basket, but draws a foul. It's going to be charged to number 14, Christian Viramontes. It's the 4th team foul. So Select will go to the line. As we do get an update, it was actually Nate Carter with the foul. Viramontes made sure to get that correction from the referee.
Foul charge to number 10, Nate Carter. His first personal.
So that's Carter's first personal foul, but it's still the 4th team foul for Rio Hondo. Select connects.
East LA substitution.
So we got some substitutions here for East LA. Terrence Hampton and Denton Lattimore in on the floor. Going to the bench are Winston and Barnes. Select misses the second free throw attempt. Rouse able to get the rebound, but it's stolen away on the other end by Denton Lattimore. Quickly hands it off to Cameron Williams. Fresh back into the game to Thalmien. Select wide open right there at the top of the key. Back out to Thalmien. He'll shoot for 3. Just a bit long. Select aggressive with the rebound. Little spin move around. Floats that one back in for 2. Mustafa Select really showing this crowd and his team and Coach Mosley what he's capable of doing. Doesn't always get the opportunities to start, but he tries to do his best off the bench. Select. Sorry, that was a Hampton to Thalmien. Lattimore with the extra pass. That's good for 2.
Lattimore for 2.
Hunt to Rouse. Out to Carter. Along the baseline. Floats that one up. Little too much. Hampton with the rebound. Williams to Lattimore. Drives it in. That's... So Lattimore fouled on the shot. They do count the basket, so count it and 1.
Number 14, Christian Viramontes. His second personal, 5th team foul. Lattimore at the line for the Huskies, shooting 1.
So Lattimore misses his free throw shot, recovered by Viramontes. Quickly hands it in to Kenny Hunt. Blows past Williams, who gave it to Rouse and then to Peterson, and misses a big-time three-point attempt. He's connected on a few of them already today. Here's Select, getting the double-team treatment by Rio Hondo. Williams to Thalmien, working the outside, back to Williams. Little download pass to Select, back out to Williams. Wide open 3, that's good. Hunt works it a bit much. Peterson was almost there for the putback, but it's knocked away by Hampton. Quickly gets it to Williams. He's through the leg pass to Mustafa Select. It's not often that you see a backwards pass through your own legs to a teammate. That's definitely not something you practice all the time, but they executed that perfectly. That's going to be one for the highlight reel.
Roadrunner substitution, number 24, Fidel Cabrera.
So 5 minutes left here in the first half. Lattimore pump fakes on the three-point shot, kicks it out to Thionbane, to Select, out to Williams. Trying to break the ankles of Viramontes. Hampton stolen away by Jordan Peterson. Here's Kenny Hunt slowing things down for Rio Hondo. They're down by a lot, so they really have to make the most of every possession as Hunt draws the foul. Foul charge to Denton Lattimore. Back in the game for East LA, number 10, Daniel Michelini-Jackson in for Seti Thionbane. He'll go to the bench. Peterson with the ball for Rio Hondo, finds Cabrera on the outside, guarded by Select. Loses possession into the hands of Williams, recovered by Rio Hondo, actually. Kenny Hunt, long three, no good. Hampton with the rebound. Williams to Lattimore, far side corner, back to Williams, wide open, three, just short. Able to recover and somehow connects on the floating jumper. And draws the foul, counted and one. Foul charged to number 30 of the Roadrunners, Jordan Peterson. 6th-team foul for Rio Hondo. Williams shooting one. That's good. So 3-point play for East LA. Substitution, number 22, Landon Winston in for Mustafa Select. Hunt, guarded by Williams, gets past him, floats one up. A bit much. Lattimore with the rebound. Quickly feeds it over to Cameron Williams. Williams guarded by Cabrera. Big pass. Near side corners. Lattimore out to Hampton. Quick no-look pass to Lattimore, and he puts that one up for the Husky too. Rouse coming back on the other end, guarded by Lattimore. Works the baseline and a foul. Charge to Denton Lattimore.
Husky foul. Charge number 11, Denton Lattimore. His 4th personal, 15th foul.
It's his 4th personal, 5th-team foul, so Lattimore in foul danger. He'll go to the bench. Getting subbed in for him is Donjay Lindsay. 47-19 our score in favor of East LA. Fidel Cabrera trying to find Rouse. Pass goes rogue and out of bounds. Williams able to keep it inbounds on the other side. Actually, that was Lindsay, but it's stolen away by Hunt. Here's Peterson. Fakes the three, dribbles in, floats it in for two.
Jordan Peterson with 2 for the Roadrunners.
Hampton to Williams. East LA kind of slowing things down, but keeping up the pressure on Rio Hondo. Lindsay on the far side perimeter. Kind of works it in, floats it out to Winston. Quick dribble. Over the shoulder shot, no good. Hunt with the rebound. Winston strips it away. Nobody's there. And he fumbles it on the other end. Winston trying to get a little flashy with it and cost them 2 points. Don't think it's going to matter too much in the current scoring differential, but it's still embarrassing nonetheless. You want to be able to finish those type of plays.
Timeout, Roadrunners.
And you can probably hear the silence from Serwin Haynes sitting next to me. Not on air with us, but his silence speaks volumes right now on that missed dunk by Landon Winston. So timeout called. We'll step away for just a moment. You're watching Husky basketball right here on SportsNetUSA.net. So we're back from the Rio Hondo timeout. East LA in firm command here. Landon Winston connects for 2.
Landon Winston, number 2.
So looking at the first half stats so far, East LA shooting just over 60% from the field to Rio Hondo's 25. And pretty much that's been the difference here. Just East LA simply connecting on more shots than Rio Hondo. But Rio Hondo really hasn't had a whole, well actually, no, they've had their opportunities. They're 7 for 27, while East LA, as of 2:41 left, was 20 for 33 from the actual field. So Rio Hondo just really not able to connect, while East LA has been able to connect on over half of their shots from the field, including 4 for 9 for 3.
Landon Winston, his first personal.
Foul charge to Landon Winston, his first personal, 6th team foul for East LA. Peterson inbounds to Hunt, guarded by Williams. Over to Nate Carter, stolen away by Donjay Lindsay. Intercepted by Hunt, quickly finds Fidel Cabrera. He's got one-on-one with Daniel Jackson, able to finish on the other end for 2. Lindsay to Williams. Guarded by Isaiah Rouse. Jackson on the near side. Mid-range jumper. Can't hit it. Hampton with the putback. 30-point lead in favor of East LA. About 30 seconds left on the game clock, 20 left on the shot clock, about 10-second differential. Carter lets that one fly, a little long. Peterson get the rebound and the putback 2. 15 seconds left here in the first half. Shot clock is the game clock here for East LA as things are winding down. Williams quickly feeds it into Terrence Hampton and for more points in the paint. Shot is no good, but was not off in time before zeros were on the board. But our score at halftime, East LA 55, Rio Hondo 25, so 30-point lead for East LA. We'll step away for the halftime break, and we'll be back with more stats and some scoring updates across the 3C 2A. You're watching Husky basketball right here on SportsNetUSA.net. So we're back live from the E-Rena for our second half of play in tonight's South Coast Conference Division matchup in the north between your East Los Angeles College Huskies and the Roadrunners of Rio Hondo College. I'm Albert Robles. Thanking you for joining us here for tonight's matchup. Joining with me now for the second half is the SID for East Los Angeles College, Serwin D. Haynes. Serwin, always a pleasure to have you back with us.
Well, thank you. It's always a pleasure to hop on with you. As I say, you are the jack of all trades, master of many. And I've had to kind of borrow some of your energy because we've got multiple events going on tonight here on campus.
Yeah, of course, we had like the women's game tip-off earlier. We had men's baseball start at the exact same time. And, of course, we have the men's game right now.
And speaking of men's game, there's a 3 in the corner by Cameron Williams. You know, I was thinking about Cameron Williams because, Williams, he leads the state in free throw percentage. And usually, in some basketball studies, particularly with advanced stats, there's some correlation between free throw shooting and three-point shooting. And so, it's particularly when you talk about scouting players, high-level college players for the next level. A lot of times you look at a guy's free throw percentage, it helps determine whether or not he has the potential to be a good three-point shooter.
Here's Select with the steal and connects with the big dunk on the other end.
Big dunk, but he got to call for the tech because he hung on the rim and pulled himself up.
Oh, yeah, look at that. It looks great on film.
It does.
But it is going to cost them.
Yeah, it's going to cost them. Yeah, but hopefully someone got that on film because it will look great on social media or IG.
I mean, like, we definitely got it here live, and of course, we all there's always tape in the games anyway, so there's still going to be that recorded footage.
And you know what? This is his first. I believe this is his first start of the season. So I mean, it gets become a little slack. I don't know how Coach Mosley will feel about it.
It's at least the first start that I've seen him do in the games that we've been able to cover this season. He's usually been one to come in off the bench pretty quickly, but he's been making the most of his minutes here tonight.
He has very long, very springy. Coach Mosley has quite a few guys that are like that.
Yeah, a lot of length and body on the court here tonight for East LA. And Serwin, like to the point that you were making earlier between free throw percentage and three-point shooting ability, I can kind of see the reasoning on why that might be because, like a part of, going into free throw percentage and the ability to shoot the free throw is the ability to have like a nice, smooth, repeatable motion. If you can do that from the free throw line, odds are you can do that from behind the arc as well, able to kind of like have that calm presence, nice, steady approach, and just kind of be able to fire one off in a nice, smooth, repeatable motion every time.
So, as we're talking about that, we look up Mr. Williams' percentages.
Isaiah Rouse makes the extra pass to Hunt. Trying to work the inside, but he'll go back to the perimeter. He'll put one up for 3, just a little long. Lattimore with the rebound. Jackson tries to lay one over and under, but draws a foul. Basket no good.
So, Cameron Williams, sophomore, AOSS prep. He's doesn't shoot a lot of threes, and part of that.
Not often, no.
No, he doesn't shoot a lot of threes, and could be his profile as a player, but kind of fits into Coach Mosley's system. It's not a system that's predicated on high volume three-point shooting. Never has been. But in his shots, he's made pretty much the most. He's shooting almost 42% from downtown. 13 that makes out of 31 attempts. So that's second free throw is good. Leads the state in free throw percentage, like I mentioned, only missed 2 free throws entire year. He's 40 of 42. That's good for over 95% from the line.
That's very successful free throw percentage because usually you want it to at least be like 75, 80%. Hampton feeds it to Jackson, working around Peterson, makes the extra pass back to Hampton, works the baseline, can't get the layup to fall. Select gets the rebound, fighting for it, puts one up, count the basket, and one.
And this is just a size advantage right now for the Huskies. Hampton's kind of shaking his head because he knew he kind of missed the bunny there, but Select was right there for the inside G's, and he'll go to the line for the and one.
Yeah, Mustafa Select coming up big in presence here in this game, one of his first starts of the season. Usually comes off the bench, misses the free throw, but Jackson gets the rebound and able to put that one back for 2. So now a 40-point lead for East LA, 66-26 our score. 17:38 remaining here in the second half. Nice rebound there by Hampton. Williams tries to feed it to Select, goes a little wide, able to recover. Back to Hampton, to Williams. Perimeter shot for 3, count it.
What do you say, 13 for 31? He's 14 of 32. Hand check call on Williams.
A little too many hands there.
There was a call in the women's game. I tease you about your terminology. I'm going to make you copyright it, handsy. One of the referees called a kind of hand check foul in the women's game before, and they called it technical hands. As that layup.
What's technical hands?
I don't know. I kind of like the way it sounds.
Like, is it the technique of the hands?
Yes.
Because that kind of makes sense, I guess.
Well, we have Coach Danny Jimenez of ELAC football next to us doing the scoreboard, and he's giving us an illustration of what technical hands mean. I mean, if anyone would know, well, have a good guess, it would be a football coach.
His third personal, 13 foul.
So Viramontes with his third personal foul, third team foul here in the second half.
He's got another coach, a former coach next to him, Ralph Wessett, our equipment guy, one-time head coach at L.A. Pierce College.
Select on the line, shooting 2, makes the first. So Select 2 for 2 from that chip to the charity stripe. 71-28 our score. Here's Viramontes. Nice little spin move, fade away jumper. That looked good.
You talk about the free throw percentage. Huskies as a team shoot almost 50%. They're at 74.6%, which is very important, particularly as that 3 is no good, but Huskies with their length and hustle, they get the offensive board.
Yeah, in the first half, East LA were shooting 63.2% from the field. Jackson.
Off the nice feed from Williams.
Long 2-point shot. So 73-30 our score. Nice feed from Viramontes to Kenny Hunt for 2.
I think Williams might have got beat backdoor there. That's one way to get Coach Mosley's attention, and not in a good way. Huskies return the favor on the backdoor pass and one converted by Williams.
Yeah, with the offhand going to his left, able to stay within himself and complete the play.
You know, Terrence Hampton, well, pretty feed there. And saw a video of him on social media. He's a big man, but he's got a lot of skill. He's got a 3-point shot. You've seen the passing prowess there, so he's much more than what meets the eye.
Yeah, he has a lot of agility for his frame. Viramontes steals it away. Jackson takes it right back. He'll shoot for 3.
And the Huskies are just pouring it on that right now. I mean, the game looks like what a 1-18 team looks like when playing a 15-2 team and a team that has championship aspirations. You know, mentioned on put on a recent IG story post. You know, Huskies don't have a couple of their players. They're down a starter. Esteban Man scratched tonight.
I'm I never want to, throw any, unjust shade towards any team because you never know what the story is, with their lives. But with the 1-18 team, it's not a game that Esteban Man needs to start.
No, and so you figure, someone maybe, if it was a different opponent, maybe say at Mount Sac, you play them, but against a team like this, with the talent. I mean, this is one reason why you build up your team with the talent and depth the way that Coach Mosley has done throughout most of his tenure here, East LA College. They said that when you have games like this, you could go down to your bench and pull Selink off the bench and know that he can give you good minutes against a team that's, against a Rio Hondo type team. So that's why you need your depth, and Coach Mosley is usually really good with keeping his bench stocked. Because Zaire Beverly, we mentioned, is serving a one-game suspension for being ejected from Wednesday's game.
Which would also add to why Mustafa Selek in the game, making up for that height differential that you get from Zaire Beverly.
Also, some of the length that Man gives you, because Esteban Man is very lengthy as a big wing.
Nice steal made by Selek. Makes the extra pass to Jackson. Back to Selek with the overhand dunk. Almost hung on a little too long that time, but able to release. Kind of came down a little awkwardly, though.
Heel, yeah.
So he's kind of feeling it on that right ankle. Still able to make the defensive play on the other end, though.
Except they called a foul. He's still kind of hopping. You know why he came down awkward? Because, I don't want to say for certain, but it looked like he was making sure he didn't want to hang on the rim too long and get another
kind of way. Yeah, it was also he kind of had to control his body position, and as such, he kind of came down a little awkwardly.
Almost came down. I think he almost came out on another Husky player. So now he's going to take to the bench. He's kind of limping, a little ginger.
And he's definitely favoring the left leg over his right.
Well, hopefully it's nothing too serious. I mean, neither of us are doctors. So I hope it's nothing too serious. But
I didn't see him actually hobble as if he rolled his ankle, but he definitely came down on it a little awkwardly.
Yeah.
Jackson for three, little long. Lattimore with the rebound. Gets back open on the outside. Finds Hampton. Tries to throw it off of bounds off of Viramontes, but ends up getting a kickball called, so it'll stay with East LA.
I think he was trying to bounce it between his legs.
Yeah. Either way, heads up play. Either one, you draw a kickball, or two, you get it out of bounds off of your opponent. Hampton banks that one in.
Easy G's for him inside.
There's Nate Carter. Couldn't do much against the big Hampton. Off the feet of Viramontes to Jackson. Williams to Jackson. Couldn't finish the dunk, but floats it back to Landon Winston. You can kind of see the beginning of the replay there, the awkwardness for Jackson, but East LA with another 2 points on the board. 84-33 our score. And this one, Serwin, really a bit of a laugher, and it kind of has been since 10 minutes into the first.
Yeah, when the Huskies really made their move midway in the first half, there was no turning back. Actually, as funny as that last fast break looked, it was actually kind of a smart move by Jackson because he didn't have the angle on the alley-oop, and he was kind of going out of bounds, so he passed it off, and the third man, Darren Man on that fast break, through on one fast break, was able to convert the easy layup. So.
Absolutely, and it shows, one, the IQ, and two, the skill of able to kind of see where you're at and where your opponent is to be able to make that pass. It's not an easy thing to do. Hunt with the fadeaway, can't connect. Cabrera with the rebound,
and
tried to behind the pass, didn't look good at all, but Jackson connects with the dunk.
A clear flush there. Now, granted, it's against a team, Rio Hondo, again, 1-18. And so, you have more opportunity for the highlight plays. That being said, this team seems more springy than last year's team. I don't remember last year's team getting too many dunks. And, again, opponent notwithstanding, one of the measures about judging on a team's athleticism is their hops. And this team, they got guys, Huskies got guys who can throw it down.
And we've seen it a few times already. Jackson completing a dunk, Hampton a few times, Winston going for it, Denton Lattimore going for it a few times. And, of course, Mustafa Selek coming down at least what feels like 10, 20 times already.
He's actually had a really good game off the bench. 21 points on 12 shots, not of 12 shooting. He's got 5 rebounds and 3 assists. Terrence Hampton's got a double-double. That should be his 13th rebound.
Barnes out to Thiombane. Quickly feeds it into Landon Winston on the inside. Loses possession to Viramontes.
Yeah, they were looking for Hampton, but they have a clear lane, kind of forced it.
Cabrera kicks it out to Peterson. Long three. Hampton rebounds.
That should be his 13th rebound.
50-point game for East LA. 12:15 left here in the second half. Thiombane shoots for three, drills it.
Number 4 for 3.
Mentioned it in Wednesday's game. Thiombane used mostly as a defensive specialist last year. This year, he's showing off the jumper and that three-point shooting.
Peterson out to Fidel Cabrera. That's good for three.
Fidel Cabrera for Roadrunners, 3.
Hey, you just said the lead was 50 like it felt like a minute ago. Now it's 60 at 89-39. Hampton easy offensive board, just too easy for him inside.
That's still a 50-point differential, Sirwin.
Oh, it wasn't?
89-39.
Oh, you know what? Hopefully no one heard that. Well, I mean, nobody that I know that is blood relation to me or otherwise heard that, because that's pretty embarrassing. Thank you. There's just so many points scored, I lost count.
Winston off balance, can't connect. Would have been a challenging shot for Winston, so it would have been pretty impressive if he was able to sink that shot.
Yeah, it would have.
As a foul's called.
Number 22, Landon Winston.
Charge to
Second personal.
Landon Winston. So Cabrera will go to the line. He'll shoot two.
Line for the Roadrunners, number 24, Fidel Cabrera.
So Cabrera goes 2 for 2. Still a 50-point lead for East LA. 91-41 our score, just under 11 minutes remaining. And really at this stage, Sharon, we can just kind of enjoy the nice physicality and skill that East LA is able to display so far in this game. Rio Hondo hasn't really offered that much of a challenge, and really coming into this game, we kind of expected it, kind of knew what it was going to be coming in. I mean, when you have a 16-2 opponent versus a 1-18 opponent, you kind of have a feeling of how it's going to go down.
Yeah, pretty much. It is, and in a lot of ways, not that you want to say you should expect to blow somebody out by, say, 50 points. But it is, in a lot of ways, I feel is indicative of the Huskies' focus in terms of what their goals are for the year. If you're a team that's serious about, that has the talent they have, and you're serious about shooting for a state championship, then you don't want to play around at all against a team. As Albert's laptop computer thought they was trying to make an emergency call.
I wasn't even talking to you, Siri. Like, I just have it up for stats, and all of a sudden it thinks it can start talking.
Oh,
well, that's on mute now. Should have been on mute the entire time. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, so like I was saying, not to say that a team should beat anybody by 50, but again, 1-18 team you're the Huskies, you have aspirations.
Barnes connects and draws a foul. That's going to go against Viramontes. 6th team foul for Rio Hondo.
You want to see Huskies, take care of business early, put a team away early, and don't give them any life or any opportunity to feel like they can catch a spark and try to hang around and take care of business. Don't play with your food.
Correct. Like, at no point did I anticipate like a 50-point lead at any time in this particular game, but I did expect East LA to bring everything they had against Rio Hondo coming in tonight.
Let's take a look ahead.
Here's Isaiah Rouse, guarded by Donjay Lindsay, back into the game to Christian Viramontes. He is in foul trouble. Pass goes wide, is saved by Cabrera, but turned over. Here's Seti Thiombane, no one in his way, and a nice, easy, authoritative dunk for Seti Thiombane. for a nice Husky 2, 96-42 our score.
Again, you qualify it with the opponent, the level of opponent you're placing. But some of this dominance kind of starting to remind. Oh, he got
And
hit
a big
hard.
block by Fidel Cabrera.
But he got too much body on him, though.
Foul on the shot.
But good effort, though, by him, though.
Foul. Charge 2. Rio Hondo, number
You got a
24.
team that's basically trying to play Showtime Lakers on you. You don't want to, you got some pride. You don't want to keep giving up easy shots every time down the court. So, good foul.
Rio Hondo may be down big, but they are still fighting on every possession, which is something you want to see. They're not just laying down and dying.
Number 30, Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson checking in for Rio Hondo as Christian Vermontes heads to the bench.
Free throw is good. Look ahead to next week. Huskies are on the road for 2. They will play at Pasadena City next Wednesday at 7, and they'll be at LA Trade Tech a week from today at 7. And then after those 2 games, Huskies will be back here for the big showdown against Mount Sac.
And that'll be quite the game. That game will, of course, be right here on sportsnetusa.net. I believe the women's game as well, yes?
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Women will be at 5, and the men will be at 7. And it'll be a big game for the women because the women, they've won 6 straight now, and they're 2-0 in conference play. So being able to beat Mount Sac will go a long way for the women to be able to stake a claim for conference title. And for the men, not only are you talking about conference title being on the line, we're also talking about potential top seeding in the playoffs for the SoCal region.
Well, behind the back pass to Terrence Hampton, able to keep it under control. Loses possession. Winston throws it back into play, but turns it over to Jordan Peterson. Blows right past Lindsay, lays that in for 2.
Peterson for Roadrunner 2. Timeout.
Like you said, Serwin, the women's team, they've now won 6 in a row. They're now 2-0 in conference after they beat the women's team for Rio Hondo earlier today. They came in to tie 9-9. They're now over 500 at 10-9. So by no means still the stellar season, but things are looking up, at least for the women's team.
It's looking up, and in a lot of ways it's going according to Coach Turner's plan. One of the reasons why he plays such a tough non-conference schedule. He's played a bunch of teams in the top 25 in the non-conference. Not that many teams, top teams outside of Mount Sac that Huskies going to face from here on out in the conference play. But again, toughening his team up, particularly on the road. They came off the road last month, and they swept the Ocala Classic. They won all 3 games of the Ocala Classic, and they before today's game earlier, they blew out El Camino. They blew out the last 2 opponents. And they actually had Rio up 20, and they kind of just let their foot off the gas. And Rio hit a few threes and kind of stuck around, but never got to the point where it really threatened. So the ladies took care of business, as the men are taking care of business. So, of course, you got to next week you got to take care of business for the men. I mean, really no easy games because you got PCC, who's 11-7 overall, so they're having a good season. Trade Tech is 8-11, but that's always a really hotly feisty competitive game, particularly at Trade Tech, downtown LA. So Huskies just got to maintain their focus. Can't think about Mount Sac just yet.
So another foul charge to Rio Hondo. That's going to go against Fidel Cabrera, 7th team foul. It's his second personal foul. And, while we kind of, anticipate and look forward to those games, even though they are, 3 games away, respectively, be sure to like and subscribe the streams to keep up to date on all things athletics here in Southern California Community College Athletics. Cover ELAC football, as well as the basketball teams here for East LA, as well as women's volleyball.
And women's water polo.
And water polo from time to time, when Coach Diana actually wants to do it. It's all up to her, which I respect. Because like when you have a good program, you want to show it off. When you start working on it, maybe not as much. So like I respect it. I get it.
And this year was a tough year for them. That being said, the second half of the season they played better, and they actually was able to get some wins in the second half of the season, and they didn't do too badly in the conference playoffs. So not a good season, definitely by record standards or most measures, but there was definitely some measurable improvement as the season wore on for water polo.
And that's one thing that you always at least want to see from a program, even though you might not have, total overall record success. At least, in terms of the program, you always want to see your players improving as the year goes on and increasing that level of play. Remember the first year that we did water polo coming out of, the COVID season, like speaking with, Coach Diana, it just sounded like, we couldn't practice for a while because we're the only college with an indoor pool. Everyone else is outdoors. So the regulations at that time prevented us from practicing. It inhibited recruiting for a long time.
It did.
So like in so many ways, it really hindered them going into that season. But as we were covering them, like each game, while they were, losing like here and there, like their point totals were increasing, by every game. Their goals were increasing by every game, and eventually, they won a few games, by the end of the season. But there was steadily improvement by the team as the season went on.
Interesting about point about the possession. As Coach Mosley telling the team to hold the ball. So they're actually using this as live practice for their late game offense. You see they're running kind of the corners here. This is Mosley's basically practicing late game situations when they have a lead late in a tight game, what to do, how to be able to execute offense and run down clock.
And really control the pace because you see, Thionbane, very antsy, very, excitable player, really wants to kind of get things moving. So it's really important to kind of keep him in check too and really learn how to control your dribble like in those high leverage situations.
And you definitely want to get practice for your guards because they're the ones that are going to have to deal with a lot of pressure, being able to bring the ball up against pressure, being able to execute that four-corner late lead in a tight game type offense. So you want them to be able to execute. You want them to be able to get the reps in. As you see Donjie Lindsay and Coach Mosley was happy to get Lindsay back. He missed all last year with a leg injury that he suffered in the previous year's state tournament in the state championships in that semifinal game.
So 108-50 with 5:40 left here in our second half. Of course, it's been all East LA in this one. Wouldn't have expected this type of scoring to have been on display, but you did expect East LA to kind of dominate this game with the record of 1-18 on behalf of Rio Hondo College.
Just at points during this game, I got flashes. Forgive me if I said it before, but the 2019-2020 team. And a lot of people, not just on social media and nationwide, that watched that last chance first season that documented that team. But a lot of people felt that was the team that was that could have gone all the way. And so I'm starting to get a little bit of that feeling from this group here. Of course, they still got it, unlike that 2019-2020 team that you knew they were far and away the best in conference. Like I said, the Huskies, they got to prove themselves. They got Mount Sac, who took back conference control last year, and right now is ranked number 3 in the state. Huskies number 8. So it's not a matter of just basically running through the conference. They got a couple of games against the Mounties that they're going to have to prove that they can indeed take back control of the conference.
Here's Thionbane with a little floating runner. 60-point lead now for East LA.
I tell you, this game's going to do numbers for the team shooting percentages. Huskies lead the state right now in team field goal percentage at over 50%, 50.6%. The three-point percentage is not great. It's at 30.3. Again, I've mentioned earlier, Huskies' offense under Coach Bowles is not predicated on volume three-point shooting. However, after this game, that number will go up a little bit.
Just a little bit, just a smidge.
A little bit. Their free throw shooting, they are actually 12th in the state, though. That's really good at 74.6%. And I think that might go up. Let me see if that'll go up there after this game.
Landon Winston for 2.
The free throw shooting might go down a little. They're only 13 of 19. So it might go down a little bit. But again, we mentioned on Wednesday's game, the fact that the Huskies are seem to be buying in more into Coach Mosley's system. The numbers are evidence that, and the win streak is evidence of that.
Landon Winston, his 3rd personal, 9th team foul.
Landon Winston with his 3rd personal foul, 9th team foul.
Is at the line, shooting 2.
So Rio Hondo in the bonus.
Checking out baseball score.
So Viramontes goes 0 for 2 from that trip to the charity stripe. 114-52 our score. And the crowd's just kind of gone a little bit silent here. Like they already know like this game is pretty much in the books. It's just a matter of, what excitement that they can kind of generate next.
Yeah, I would say with 3 minutes left, there's no pretty much on this. Hopefully, Jack, shoot that 3 there. You don't want to really shoot threes when you're up late by.
You don't want to be that guy.
No, you don't want to be that guy. Maybe because part of it, I think he just rushed it because they didn't get to their spot late in the clock. Because again, Coach Mosley's using this period this time right now as late game situation practice offensively. Huskies baseball, as we're waiting for this one to wind down. Huskies were down 7-2 at one point to Glendale. It's home opener, season opener for ELAC baseball. They came all the way back to tie at 7, but Glendale has taken the lead now 9-7. They're top of the 9th with no outs. I guess they decided that they didn't want to challenge Thambe, or at least, Thambe figured, wait, listen, they're going to leave me open here. Either I can stand here for the rest of the shot clock or shoot a 3.
That connects with a nice wide open 3.
I can get any wide open.
As Peterson hits that one.
Let's see.
Like Rio Hondo has been getting, their share of the points. 55 points across, 2 halves of play isn't a disgraceful night altogether, really. Like, you could do better, but you also have, worse nights in scoring. But when you come in facing an opponent like East LA, who has hit, over 60% of their shots, like, it's not going to be easy.
No, it's not. And one thing, if you were at 55 points, it was a defensive battle as Lattimore goes up for the dunk, the two-hand dunk, but misses, but he's fouled going up. I was going to say that Rio Hondo, despite the score, they haven't done too bad shooting threes. It looks like some of their guys really have some good-looking strokes there. We talked about the first half. Jordan Peterson, at one point early in the first half, looks like he couldn't miss from 3.
He was on fire in the first.
And still respectable numbers, 25 points, 9 of 21 shooting. 5 of 12 from downtown, 6 rebounds, respectable numbers. Just, Fidel Cabrera, we said his name a few times. He's perfect from downtown, 3 of 3. He's 4 of 6 from the field for 13 points. Just, not enough, bodies to be able to replicate that type of production as Rio Hondo only has played 6 guys tonight.
Yeah, there were several scratches by Rio Hondo coming into tonight's game. So, again, like a shortened bench as well isn't going to help you in the long run, too.
Thambe trying to pad his three-point shooting. Not just pad, but, a lot of these guys, this is a good opportunity for them to get game tape where they can show off their abilities. Yeah, again, it's a big blowout, but being able to showcase your skills in any way, shape, sometimes any way, shape, or form, you never know who's watching. And Coach Mosley, who has so many relationships with coaches at the 4-year level, up and down the 4-year level, he can use this film here and this time here instead of garbage time to be able to get some film and tape on some of his players, particularly guys coming off the bench. So,
which is also partly why, we at Sportsnet USA like to do what we do is we like to give like some credit and some highlight to teams who don't always get to have this type of exposure. Like, not many teams are able to actually broadcast their games in any level. So, like, we're very pleased to be able to help play a small part in advancing either these student athletes' careers at this level and the next. But Cabrera's going to dribble this one out. He'll take a last-minute three. That one's good. Still a few seconds left on the clock, 1.3 remaining. And there it is, zeros on the board, 122-58. Final is our score. And the Huskies have blown out the Roadrunners of Rio Hondo College. They've now won 15 games straight, improved to an overall record of 17-2, and are now 2-0 in conference play. Of course, Serwin had already broke it down earlier for us. They'll be on the road for the next two games at Pasadena City and LA Trade Tech. But Wednesday, the 5th of February, that's the big one. Mount Sac comes to town. That game tips off at 7 p.m. and will be live right here on SportsNetUSA.net. But until then, I'm Albert Robles. He's Serwin D. Haynes for Ed Ford. You've been watching Husky basketball right here on SportsNetUSA.net.
Peace.